This is our last video for 5.2. This is going to deal with turning some real-world situations into graph models. So we've seen this one before. This is the Königberg Bridge problem. So remember that we have land masses top and bottom. I'm going to just go ahead and make those pink because I don't have a green highlighter. So that's land. And then we have two islands that are also land. Now we have 7 bridges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to simplify this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a dot for each landmass. So I'm going to take this whole north bank and I'm just going to make it a dot, and I'm going to call it N for north bank. I'm going to take this whole south bank, I'm going to make it a dot and call it S for south bank. Then I have the 2 islands. So I'm going to do dots for that, and I'm just going to call it I1 and I2 for island 1 and island 2. So now I just need to go in and draw my bridges. So if I look at these two, they go from the island on the left, which is island 1, and they connect to the north bank. So I need 2 lines that go from here to N. So in order to get both of those in there, I do need to curve them a little bit. Now I also have 2 bridges that go from the same island to the south bank. So that would look something like this. And that takes care of all 4 of those bridges. Now notice I have a bridge between the 2 islands, so I can draw that one in. I have 1 bridge going from the second island to the north bank, and 1 bridge going from the second island to the south bank. So this was their version. Mine looks a little different, but it's still kind of the same idea. All right, so let's try another one. Here we have the same idea. We've got a north bank, a south bank, and we've got 3 islands that they're calling A, B, and C. So I'm going to make each of those into a single dot. So I'm going to do a dot for the north bank, a dot for the south bank, a dot for A, a dot for B, and a dot for C. So that takes care of all of my land masses. So next I'll look at the bridges. Okay, so just pick a place to start. Here's a bridge that goes from island A to the south bank. So I just need to connect A to S. Here is a bridge that connects A to B. Here's another bridge that connects B to C. And then I have 2 bridges that go from the north bank to B. So I'm going to have to curve those to get both of those in. So remember, in graph theory, it does not matter whether your lines are straight or curved. They mean the same thing. All right, I've got 2 bridges left. I've got one from the north bank to island C, one from the south bank to island C. So north to island C and south to island C. All right, and that would be a graph that models that particular situation. Now on the last page you see one in chart form. All right, so here we see a table, and it represents people who are Facebook friends. So we want to draw a graph that models the set of friendships in the group. We're going to use the first initial to go ahead and draw in our vertices. So we're going to do a vertice for each friend. So what I do is I start with the first one, which will be Fred, and I just kind of work my way in a circle. I find that to be easier. So here's P for Pat, M for Mac, B for Ben, T for Tom, H for Hill, Z for Zach, and C for Cher. All right, so I've got all my letters in there. It doesn't really matter what order you put them in. So I'm going to start with Fred, and I see that Fred is friends with Pat, Tom, and Hill. So starting with Fred, I need a line that goes to Pat, I need a line that goes to Tom, and I need a line that goes to Hill. All right, so that takes care of those 3. So I move on to Pat. Pat to Fred, I've already drawn that one, so I don't have to draw it again. He also goes to Tom and to Hill. So Pat to Tom and Pat to Hill. All right, so that takes care of him. So if I move down to Mac, Mac is friends with Ben and Zach. All right, so here's Mac. Mac goes to Ben, and Mac goes to Zach. All right, so then we move on to Ben. We've already connected Ben to Mac. We just have to connect Ben to Zach. All right, so now we move to Tom. We already have 2 connections for Tom. We have him connected to Fred and to Pat. So those are already done. The only one we're missing is over here to H. So we're going to connect T to H. All right, moving on to the next person, Hale. Notice we already have 3 lines drawn. We've got Fred, Pat, and Tom. So these 3 are already done. The only one we're missing is a line over to Cher. So we're going to put that one in, and that takes care of that one. Okay, moving down to Zach. He should be connected to Mac and Ben. We can see we already have those connections, so those are done. And then Cher should be connected to Pat. So we have a, oh, I missed that one. Totally missed that one. All right, so yeah, if I'd have gotten that one, we would have been done. So Pat connects to Cher. So there's a little bit of a built-in check here. So that takes care of that one and that one. And then we already had Cher connected over here to H. So that one's already done. All right, so that would be a model that represents those connections.